I want to clear up some misconceptions. As I was sitting here, I was pondering why people are afraid of Islam. Why do people run away from Christianity? I must say that I have embraced several religions, Christianity being one, Islam being one, African spirituality two, Methodist, Scientology, Pentecostal, non denomination. I've studied Hinduism, Buddhism, Catholic, Jehovah Witness, Seventh-day Adventist. I've studied them all. I did not convert to all. I've stepped over to voodoo, hoodoo, Wiccan, witchery. I've I can't say that I've done it all, but I've done enough. And again, all that I didn't practice, I read or I talked to people who practice and study on the good side and on the bad side. I even went as far as believing to not to believe. I believed that I am God. I've studied Nation of Gods and Earths, Seven Percenters. I've studied Rastafarianism. So if you want to talk, we can talk. And I'm not here to say that I know it all. I've studied Hebrew Israelite and what they believed. I have the understanding of a Shiite Muslim and a Sunni. I pronounce it Sunni, Sunni. Teo, the one that starts with a Z. I don't want to chop that up. So, when it comes to religion, I don't mind discussing religion. People say, I don't get into religion and I don't get into politics. Well, if you can't have a discussion, I didn't say a debate, a brawl, a fight. a verbal or physical confrontation, but a healthy conversation in learning, not challenging anyone, but to learn. I am very, very interested in knowing what someone else believes. I'm interested to learn the traditions that they have and what they practice and what they do not practice. I'm interested because there are billions of people in this world, and we all are trying to connect to a source other than the ones who don't believe. So I want to know what you know. I want to educate. And if it concerns the next person, then I will share with them what I believe. If I could take a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this and that, I would be most happy. Because when you go under religion, it's almost like you're limited to this one organization, this one group. Christians don't like the Muslims. The Muslims don't like the Christians. The Christians don't like the Catholics. The Catholics don't like nobody. The Jews believe this, so we don't like you. And the Hebrew Israelites, if you're not black, we don't like none of you. It is just so much hatred and division when you speak upon religion. But I am here to say, I am not here to condemn no one's belief. I am not here to persuade or convince anyone to convert or ride or believe in what I say. What I will say, if you at all interested, research for yourself or leave a question, a comment, a opinion in the comment box, and we can have a healthy conversation. I can speak about Christians because I was raised in a Christian home. I was raised to believe as Baptists believes. Okay? So, my experience in a Baptist church was not a pleasant one. So, I later went on to a Pentecostal church where I felt most comfortable. I felt as though they had structure. A woman is wholesome. A woman is valued. So give me the long dresses, the long skirts, no fingernail polish and makeup and this and that. I'm for that. I'm for that because we're not going to be of the world. We don't need any distractions. The Holy Ghost, the Spirit of God, is flowing through there. The instruments and the beating of the drums to get you where you need to be, and the teaching, and no one is judging and no one is looking at you when you begin to speak in tongues or the Spirit moves your body uncontrollably. No one is judging and no one is looking because we're all on one accord. I can't say that I've had any bad experience in the church, but just like with any other church goers, people tend to, fly away from church when they get full or when they don't get what they need or want, or, they just grew out of it. They want to come from up under the covenant. I mainly want to discuss Islam because people that I've come across automatically say that Islam or Muslims do not believe in God, they believe in Allah. And when I hear that, that is the most ignorant, the the most ignorant thing that a person can say. I've heard white people say it, I hear black people say it, and it is disgusting because you limit yourself to one book and one belief and do not educate yourself because you are afraid of knowledge. You are afraid of knowledge. I am here to tell you. My name is Angela. People call me Angie, and some call me Ann, Annie, Anna, Anna, Angela, Angelica, Angelica. Does that not mean Angie, Angela, Ann? Because you say it different in another language? I'm not going to respond because you want to call me Ann, Anna, Anna, Angie, Anjay, Angela, Angelica. I've had it all from blacks, whites, Hispanic, Filipinos. Come on, tomato, tomato. Who's right? Who's wrong? Lafayette or Lafayette? Come on, people. So if I say that Allah in my language means God, the most high God, the true living God, how are you going to tell me, that ain't it? How can you say that? You sound so ignorant to me because you're saying God. Anything could be a God. Anything that you worship can be a God. So who are you talking to? The Most High God. Okay, well, that's still not enough for me because, again, there are other gods that people consider to be the Most High. So you still not winning. Now, are you saying or referring to the God of creation? the everlasting God, the great I am, Emmanuel, the Rose of Sharon, the Lion of Judah. Who are you? Who are you talking to when you say God? What God? You Christians make my stomach turn because you want to shun Mohammed and you want to shun the name Allah and you want to shun the Holy Quran, but don't you Christians got 1,000 Bibles? The New King James Version, the Old King James Version, King James, New Life, New Living Translation. I emphasize translate. You have the New Age Bible. You have the Amplified. You have um, Easy Reading Bible. You have so many freaking Bibles with so many translations. And you should talk. When me and my friend, we read our Bibles together, I can't barely keep up because it's where you reading from, because this is not what my Bible say. And you know what? We okay with that. You don't see nothing wrong with that. Give me a break. Everyone that has a believe that what they believe is the way. I've heard Christians say, if you don't believe in Jesus and that he died and rose, you're not going to heaven. But this religion over here says, don't you worship nobody but God. There's nothing higher or lower than God. And you have Jesus plain as day in the word, in your Bible, that says, don't give me the praise. Don't give me the credit. I do nothing on my own, but from the Father. But yet, we go right to Jesus. And I'm not saying that you can't. I'm not saying that you don't supposed to. Jesus can't do nothing unless he get an okay from the Father. You see what I'm saying? All right. Traditions. Let's talk about the Christian tradition. I talked about Christianity and Islam. Now I want to talk about the Christians' tradition. They celebrate Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, New Year's, St. Patrick's Day, St. Valentine's Day, Labor Day, 4th of July, birthday, any holiday, they all in it. I'm here to tell you that you're practicing witchcraft. Oh, yes, you are. Do you know the history, the story behind Christmas? and Valentine and New Year and all this stuff, and you partake in all that garbage. It's not one holiday that you Christians do not celebrate. Do you not know that goes against God's teaching? It tells you in the Old Testament what holidays should be observed. And do we do that? No. Just say if people want Passover, coming up to the resurrection. You don't observe that because you don't want to give up the gook and the gunk. You can't even fast. You don't even want to fast because you selfishly do not want to give up the gunk and the junk. And I'm telling you what I know because I practice Wiccan magic. And what you're observing is not of God. Y'all will put a Halloween costume on in a minute and go out and party and take your kids to the church for Halloween in the church. Church holding Halloween parties where the people can dress up in their costumes. Really? In the church? Hell in church? Celebrating a wicked ceremony in church. Are you kidding me? But I'm not here to debate. I'm here to educate. Catholic and Christianity. We know them as Mark, Luke, John, Peter. Catholic knows them to be Saint Peter, Saint Mary, Saint Paul, and Saint Michael, and all this saint, and these Catholics, they reverence these saints and they honor Virgin Mary and they pray to Virgin Mary and they have these statues, but you don't go up against that. But you want to condemn the Muslims and practice witchery. Where are you? Where are you? What are you doing? What are you thinking? You see, we do things and we don't think about it. You just do. You see what other people do and you think this is right. So you do it and you don't know what you're doing. You Christians walk around here, oh, sweet baby Jesus. Sweet baby Jesus. I thought Jesus is a grown man. Jesus lying in the manger. I thought Jesus was a grown man. You have Christians reverencing Jesus as a child, as an infant. If Christianity works for you, by all means, go ahead. People that fall under the Christian religion, United Gods in Christ, Baptist, Pentecostal, non denomination, Lutheran, Methodist, Catholic, Lutheran, just a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not calling them all, but it's just so much. So many Bibles, apostolic. I listen to Creflo Dollar. He's coming out of the amplified version. So when I think of amplified, you done turned it up a notch. Amplified. I'm not saying anything is wrong. I'm not here to condemn. I'm not here to shun. I'm just trying to make some sense out of this and just throwing some of my knowledge out here. But if you take the time to open up your mind and grow, not think outside the box, but to think outside the circle, think outside your circumference and educate yourself, then you will feel comfortable and you can have conversations when you educate yourself. We speak out of ignorancy, stuff we didn't heard or someone had told you, instead of doing the work yourself to educate yourself. It's free, ladies and gentlemen. I've been around this world and never left my front room because I read. And when I began to talk and educate myself with the intentions of educating someone else, they get angry. They don't want to talk. And it's okay because that's what happens when you put the truth out. We are so blinded and so confused when you try to tell another black person something or share some information. Huh? Huh? Really? You don't want to listen? Maybe you know something that I don't know. Maybe I'm saying something wrong and you can help me out. And then together we can reference, cross reference, see where this come from. So we both can grow, I can grow, and then we can educate others. That's how this thing should go, but it don't because people are closed-minded and don't want to talk about it. I get furious. I really do. I don't show it, but I get furious when closed minded people want to attack the Muslims. I can't say that I've seen a Christian that look as good as a Muslim man or woman that has so much respect, dignity, and honor for themselves and others, but you are a Christian and you behaving and acting like this. Hey, I tell you what, if they not believing in God or in some other God, whatever the case may be, they doing something that you Christians who feel like Y'all doing or following the right way, and y'all the one that's jacked up. You ought to want to see what they doing, who they worshiping, and who they talking about, because y'all look funked up and acting funked up. I'm just saying, cut it out. We all are humans. We all fall short of the glory of God. We're not perfect. I got it. But every time I turn around between the Catholics and the so-called Christians, is always under fire, doing something they ain't got no business doing, not doing anything for the people. You see what I'm saying? But your religion is right. You following the right God. You got the right doctrines, but you all are the most funked up people I've met in my life. And I can talk about the Christians and the Baptists and the non-denominations, the Pentecostals, because I've been all up in there. If you cannot go to the church for refuge, if you cannot go to the church for help, if you cannot go to the church in secret, where can you go? It ain't got to where now we are hesitant to give the church our money. We in a place where we don't even take our children to church. You would take Big Mama, but you in a position where Big Mama don't go. And if you are going to church, it's because you're looking for something. You're looking to start some mess. You looking for a husband. You're looking for a wife. You're looking for somebody to have sex with. You looking to connect with someone in the single ministry, the women ministry, the man ministry, so you can get together and hang out Friday and Saturday and giggle your way into church Sunday morning. But you got the audacity to try to tell somebody they not serving the true living God. You not serving the true living God. You're not doing anything to build up the kingdom of heaven. It is up to us to build it up. God gave us the responsibility, and we're not building up the kingdom. We're tearing it down. We're tearing it down. If you don't believe in God, I'm going to go the other way. You not talking about God, I'm going to go the other way. Jesus came and he walked to the non-believers. He walked to the people that couldn't see and couldn't hear and couldn't comprehend and couldn't feel and couldn't walk. And you can use that any way you want to use it. But the way that I'm looking at it is God was spreading the word so that people can come, so people will know, so people can see the goodness of God. You're walking around here. He told that lady at the well, girl, go get your husband. I ain't got no husband. You mean all them men that you been laying with, they ain't your husbands? Now, she said in the beginning, you know we don't supposed to be talking. I'm white, you black. We don't supposed to be talking. Not only did he talk to her, he dropped some jewels. You cut that mess out with sleeping with all these peoples and get yourself together. And you turn from that nonsense and know that thy God is your God. Because he told her, you get a drink of me, you ain't gonna thirst no more. So he's offering himself to her. He didn't turn her away. That's all I gotta say. If you wanna comment, comment. You wanna educate, educate. If you disagree, disagree. Leave a comment. I would be more than happy to respond in a healthy way.